Well, good evening, everyone. This is Keith with Positively Osceola. Thank you for being here for yet another one of our Coffee Club Talk live things. But tonight, not just another night. She's looking for her cup. There she is. She found it. It's a red Solo cup. We won't go into that.
Still in my office, so.
I'm telling you. But we are with Marjorie Craig, the director, or the environmental utilities director with City of St. Cloud. How's it going?
It's going great. It's been a long weekend, long week.
It's been such a long week. We're including the weekend prior to the week.
All good.
Seems appropriate. I have to side with you on this, by the way. So we really super appreciate that you'd hang out with us tonight, because I know you hung out with us this morning as well. And so very much appreciate it, donating so much time. So
my pleasure.
We'll just let people pop in real quick, and they are popping in. Tonight's topic obviously is somehow going to be mysteriously slanted towards water. Go figure. How does that happen?
It's just one of those things. Water is essential to life, and it's essential to coffee.
It is. It is.
I got my pipe with me too, just for whenever we're ready to talk about it.
We shall do that. So we got some folks popping in here. So again, really, we appreciate you spending some time with us and talking about coffee. If you're not exactly imbibing it, certainly the discussion itself is okay too. So I'm going to find it real quick here, and we were popping on rather quick, but I'm going to find what I need, and we're going to make it official. Here we go. Kind of funny that the particular opener that I choose has looks like there are things being added to the coffee, which I drink my coffee black, so I don't know. I guess the background wouldn't have looked as cool.
It does look pretty cool. It
is. So before we get right into it, we welcome you to the discussion tonight, and I notice it says good morning, but we're going to change that to what it should be. There's so many choices. There it is, Coffee Club. Got to make adjustments on the fly tonight. So anyway, why don't we go right, if you don't mind, share a little bit of before you came to St. Cloud in the position you're in now. And the reason I'm asking you to do that is because I know that you come with a lot of experience. I think personally, I think one of the greatest things I've seen over the last few years at the City of St. Cloud was, and I'm going to say this right in front of you, but the great quality and the hires that they've made over the last number of years. I think it's a big deal. I think it's a big deal personally. I've lived here 32 years. It's a big deal to me because we're such a rapidly growing city, and we say it all the time, but it's so true. The city and certainly the county, with that kind of rapid growth, I think sometimes it's easy to forget that puts pressure on the governmental entities that are responsible for helping us through certain things, growth management, and certainly, again, water. So why don't you tell us a little bit about where you're from and what you've done prior to being the environmental utilities director here at St. Cloud, please.
Thank you. Actually, I didn't really expect to talk about that, so
sorry.
I'm a little embarrassed to talk about myself, but I do have quite a bit of experience, as you mentioned. I am a former utilities director for Polk County, and I worked for 18 years for the city of Tampa. So I really grew up in the utilities business, started when I was really young and a kid, right? And I also worked for the Water Management District for about 4 years. So I've been a regulator, and I've also worked as a consultant. So with that kind of surround sound experience, I feel like I bring a lot of experience to the city just from all angles. I respect the regulators. They have to do their job. When I was a regulator, it was I consider myself an environmentalist. So it's important to me, and it's important to the city that we provide sustainable resources and that we help protect the environment. I can another time name projects that we went above and beyond in the city of Tampa and other places just to do our part. And the city of St. Cloud is a place that I really wanted to come to work. I chose to come to work here. We've been coming here for years, driving through, and have known many of the people that live and work around St. Cloud. The executive director of Toho now used to be in this position, and I met him when I was with the district. And Brian Wheeler, the former executive director of Toho, known him and known his brother longer. So it's a small unit. I chose to purchase a house within the city so that I could really understand what customers experience and be close to the office and be available as well. I'll go out on when there are main breaks. I'm generally out there, whether it's the middle of the night. When we did the midnight runs for the sewer system because of the overflows, I spent a lot of hours. And today's my birthday, so I'm spending my evening with you.
Oh my gosh!
But we love our customers. I've not met anybody here that doesn't care, and it's so frustrating sometimes when you read that we don't care. It's
Right.
Nothing could be further from the truth. Do we do everything right all the time? No, but we're always working on it.
Yeah.
And my staff, they're rock stars. They work till 4 a.m. overnight on Friday night. Instead of being home with their families, they were repairing a water pipe.
Yeah. And I think that, and I was speaking to actually kind of at the beginning or the onset of the, I'm trying to think of the last time we had a conversation, whether it be live or pre-recorded or anything. And this is live, obviously. I can't remember the last time we didn't say the word COVID in any kind of discussion. So I'll plop it out there. But Bill Sturgeon and I, the city manager, we were talking out on the balcony at City Hall, and he was at that point. It was challenging even then. It was challenging to get messaging out to the residents, to the communities. You would think it wouldn't be, because I know people were saying, well, once the shutdown hit, nobody had anything else to do, so we were all paying attention. That's nothing could be further from the truth. What really happened was an enormous amount of internet noise was taking place. It's still to this day, and it's been that way for years, but it really blew up. And so I knew there was a challenge in any organizations or businesses to get their messaging out. So I talked to Bill and said, look, Bill, anytime that we can help, we do have a very large audience in the county and through this in both incorporated cities, unincorporated cities. So I said, look, we'll be glad to help any way we can. So that's kind of why we're talking to you and saying, hey, look, let us help, if we can, because I know people are busy, and it's what happens in my life is I find that even we're in the communications business, so I still miss things, and I can't believe it. And so I know that happens to residents as well, where you're doing your job to try to communicate issues, and still there are going to be people that don't hear what you're saying. So we'll try to help you do that. So why don't we talk a little bit about what you, I know you said you had a piece of pipe there, so we might as well go in that direction.
Sure. So if you're within the city of St. Cloud or the surrounding area, you may have seen some activity. We had 2 water main breaks. One was not ours. One was a contractor working for the school board. And that happens. That's not unique to St. Cloud, all over the state. And the contractor broke a pipe on site, but it affected us. So our staff, we lost pressure in our system. And we lost pressure to about 1,900 accounts, which equates to about 4,000 people. So we did a reverse 911 on Thursday night and felt that the coverage was not good enough to get the message out. Right. And we hand delivered door hangers. So I think I've got one of them here. It's a blue hanger, but and my staff spent their Thursday night, Friday hanging those Friday night hanging door hangers. We had just had an employee appreciation luncheon for the field staff on Friday, and then they're all of a sudden they have to go out that evening instead of going to see their family and deliver the hang tags, which has not been the norm because we've been able to get the message out other ways. So and then at 10 o'clock they were repairing the pipe. So I can't say enough about the staff. The water plant manager worked with our laboratories. One of the worst things is that having our customers without water. I mean, water is essential to life. It's the coffee that you're drinking in your cup, many other things. And he's worked with the lab to, if we run the samples up there to do the required bacteriological tests, if we have a main break over the weekend, that's a new thing. So that's something he did without me even mentioning it, but he just knew that we would all want that, and that our customers want it. So we've got those customers back in service much sooner than we have in the past. So we're always trying to enhance things. So, we had the main break by the contractor, and then we had a main break on Pine Tree. And Pine Tree is a through street, so it interrupted traffic as well. And the pipe there is my little pipe sample here. And it's SDR 26 pipe. It was used in the 70s. It's not the standard C900 that we use now, or ductile iron pipe, which I'm used to. There's a lot of that in Tampa, and it can withstand a lot of things. So it broke, and so crews repaired it, like I said, overnight, 4 a.m, and we were out delivering those hang tags. I helped them on Saturday. Spent many hours doing that. Good news is we have a new phone system coming in place about April 1st, and it's part of our customer information system. And so it'll be able to just draw into our existing customer database and notify people by phone, by text, by email, whatever they desire for their communication preferences. It'll be really, really important that our customers update their information in our utilities billings, in our utility system.
We that I think that's a huge issue right there, right? So so you're basically looking at, are you looking at databases that are a little on the aged side to some degree, and that's a challenge for you? So that'll alleviate that, right?
Well, in terms of pipe, you can have old pipe. So Tampa has a lot of old pipe, 1888 even. And it's perfectly good if it's been lined, if it's been, the construction methods have been, it's been compacted, it's been set in a fill, but it's not consistent. So this pipe here, it's been there from the 70s. So it's not the oldest pipe, but it's not the same quality pipe that we would put in today. And my field staff would tell you, well, part of it was put in hard pan, which there's nothing kind of cushioning it.
Right.
And then part of it was put with fill. And so you can see that straight across the break. That's pretty bad. And this pipe is now, we're evaluating it for a CIP project, because there have been more than a few breaks in this pipe over the last few years. And we just can't continue with that. We've got to have a capital improvement project to replace that. We're going to base that on the number of breaks, repair clamps, repair sleeves, and then the criticality to our operations. So, and one of the things we consider is, since Pine Tree is a through street, that's a major disruption for our customers. Having the road dug up it was like a lake out there. It was a lake. And we need to reduce these emergencies and move and come around the corner and be proactive.
So how do you do that? So, speaking from a layman's perspective, how do you get ahead of a community that is growing so rapidly? That means there are heavy machinery traveling all over the place, and not everybody has probably the knowledge of what they should and shouldn't be doing at some points. So how do you stay ahead of a quickly developing area? And you're in a business. I'll say it like this: you're in the business where, from the citizens' perspective, you don't get a lot of forgiveness. You don't. If there's anything happens, they're looking at the source. I think we know that's not correct. I know that's not correct.
No, I get beat up a lot, but I listen. I listen a lot, and I care. And the way you get ahead of it is you mentioned data a little while ago. You use a lot of data. We are in the process of putting together condition assessments. And we can't do everything all at once. And I don't have a magic wand, and it can't happen. I I was telling a customer yesterday, I mean, I wish I could just fix it overnight, but I can't, but I'm listening. So when people tell me there's been multiple, I'm just trying to make sure, and then you have to prioritize. So you use the data. So I mentioned the repair data. If you know a pipe has had so many repairs in a short amount of time, and you're comparing that to all the data, the one thing they really have, there's many good things they have here in St. Cloud. One of them is a pretty decent work order system. So that work order system, you can mine data and put together an evaluation of where can you help, where can you prioritize. So the data is only one part. You really have to talk to your field staff. They will tell you where the biggest problems are, that what the biggest immediate need. Most of the time they can identify what the biggest immediate need is. And so you use the data, you use the field information, and you also some outside help. There are also some programs you can put data in that can kind of spit out a prioritized matrix of projects that also include things like how close are you a hospital to a railroad track? What's the risk, that you're going to have a failure? So that's where we're starting. We started kind of with the sewer system because of the overflows, and we did the infiltration and inflow program. And we've got a list of, we did a lot of stuff to help tighten up the system. And we've got a list of projects from that. And now we've got several additional water pipe CIP projects. So we're putting together a CIP budget. How do you eat an elephant? A little bit at a time,
One bite at a time.
Bite at a time.
I use the whale thing for some reason, but
yeah,
both
either
things.
one.
Either way. I tell you, you mentioned a couple of things. One key word for us, and I mean, we live and die by data from our perspective. If we don't know what our audience is doing and who that audience is, we're only guessing, and it's simply that way for most every organization, including you guys. But you mentioned the word communications, and I'm assuming that Mary Emma is probably not listening, but one of those people that I think has done a fabulous job in the city certainly has been Mary Emma. That was another great acquisition for the city of St. Cloud. We don't have to. I mean, we don't have to wait. If we have a question about something or somebody in our audience is asking, it's just rapidly given to us so we can communicate to people. Even bigger, what you said was the word listen. I cannot tell you, because we've lived here so long, we've seen numbers of just there's been lots of different people in leadership positions in the city, all of which we've gotten along with wonderfully. But that is a key thing. I don't think you can ask anything more of those who are representing and leading. If they're listening to what you're saying, the word representing makes sense. And so we do notice that you guys listen, and it's not just listen, it's listen and then act. So I'm saying a lot of niceties about you right now while you're sitting here on your birthday. But it's real. I know, right? But it's real. And we do appreciate that. I know I've got you for a few minutes. You got to get going a little bit, but I will leave you, or somewhat leave you, with this. I got a message from my wife, who is certainly in charge of a lot of the engagement that takes place from Positively Osceola. And after this morning, when you were speaking with Maddie, somebody said, "Thank you. All I ask is that I get, that we're communicated with." As residents, if we're told, hey, this is what's happening, there was nothing we could do to prevent that main break. We acted quickly, and we're letting you know what to do, and we're on top of it. And the person said simply, "Thank you." So we'll say thank you as well. I don't know what else you can ask, like I said, of your government, of your leadership. Then if you're listening and you're letting us know what's going on, then it's a great thing. And so I thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. I've said this at the council meeting that I'm an engineer, so most of the we're paying attention to fixing the problem.
Right.
We don't always do a great job of communicating what we're doing, and we're really, really working on getting information out to the public. And I'm open to suggestion. I listened to when I was delivering the rescission notices on Saturday. I'd ask, did you get a call? Did you, to try to figure out, is there something wrong with the database or not? I mean, we're just trying to do everything we can to make sure we get things out. And the added thing that we didn't used to have in the past is social media. Right. So Facebook and Twitter and all of that. And whenever we can feed things and pictures to Mary Emma to have them posted, or to anyone, sure. Let them know what we're doing. It's an amazing component that we didn't used to have, right, even a few years ago.
Exactly. Well, we appreciate what you guys do, and I know you got to get home to your family, and it is your birthday, and I'm starting to feel a little on the guilty side.
No guilt. No guilt.
It's all good. All right, I'm glad to do it. We do appreciate you, and again, the same offer that we made to Bill Sturgeon, we make to you and to the rest of the leadership of City of St. Cloud. Anything we can do to try to communicate for you, additionally to what you're already doing excellently, if we can help in any way, we are more than glad to do that. Okay.
Really appreciate it. And we just want you to know we love our customers, and all of my staff feel the same way I do. We're committed to the city.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again for spending time with us on your birthday.
Thank you.
All right. Again, this is Keith with Positively Osceola, along with Marjorie Craig, the birthday girl, and also the environmental utilities director, all in one. Together, we're making a positive difference in and around Osceola County. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.